Alright, hello everyone, welcome to a new session, another session of casting Alchemy League, Season 7. Today we have two different sets, and let's jump into the drafts so we can see the players. So, the first one is going to be between BenderGC and César. Now, before we look at the drafts, let's take a look at the players and introduce them briefly. So, César, he is an 1100 player from Spain, and he is new to the scene. I mean, not to the scene, to the alchemy scene. So this is his first season playing with us. So he's a newcomer, which is always good to see. Of course, we like to see people coming back from more from previous seasons, but it's also good to see new people coming in, trying the Alchemy League, and hopefully enjoying it. Now, his opponent, he is a newcomer as well. He is BenderGC from Peru, and as you can see, he is slightly higher. He is around 1500. So there is going to be a slight difference in elo. We'll see once we get into the game whether this is going to give César a handicap. Quick reminder that we do have an handicap system in Alchemy League, or rather we make use of the handicap system, which is already built into Age of Empires 2. So, these are the players. Let's take a look at the drafts, and then we can jump into the games. Alright, so, as our first map, we have modes, which tells us that this was played in round 3 of the tournament. Then both players went on to ban 3 maps each, and were left with prayer. So apparently both players are fine with playing this map. Now, let's look at civs. As usual, we have our 5 random bans. So Lithuanians, Mongols, Byzantines, Romans, and Georgians. These bans were great. I mean, all of these civs, they're just powerhouses, right? And every single one of them got banned by the randomizer. I don't know, this is probably the best randomizer I've ever seen in any tournament. Right, at least the randomizer result, not the randomizer itself. Now, as for the bans from each player, so Bender went on to ban Japanese and Bulgarians, and then he sniped Mayans from his opponent. César, on the other hand, he banned Sicilians and Khmer, and went on to snipe Armenians. So, with this Armenian snipe and the Georgian random ban, we'll see no mule cards at all in this set. After all of this, Bender was left with Cumans, Goths, and Gujaras. Pretty interesting civs. We saw Cumans on modes in a previous set, and that was quite the interesting game. So I'm curious to see if he's going to be using them on modes as well, and if he's going to be playing them in a similar way. Goths and Gujaras are both interesting civs. Gujaras, they do have that potential for camel play, but they also have that potential for elephant play, especially on a map like modes. And Goths, they're actually a very good choice for prayer, and I'm guessing that's where we're going to be seeing them. Back in Season 3, when we had the Greek-themed maps, we had a map which was similar to prayer, so it was very open, very barren, and Goths were picked a lot on that map, so that's what I'm guessing. César, on the other hand, he has Portuguese, Berbers, and Italians, so 2 very strong arena-style civs in Portuguese and Italians, which I'm guessing are going to be for modes. I'm guessing he wanted Mayans for prayer. Meso civs in general are a very strong pick on it, both because of how open it is, and because you have very little resources, so bonuses like the Mayans or the Incas, for example, really help out there. Also, you start with 2 scouts on that one, so starting with 2 eagles, it is quite nice. But yeah, they got sniped, so I'm guessing Berbers is going to be his choice for that, unless he wants to go Italians, right? You have cheaper ages, so it's probably going to help on a map where you have basically no resources. Hey Tech, welcome. Good to see you here. Nominate what? Okay, so I loaded up the game, as you can hear, so let's jump into it. And it is modes, and we have Berbers against humans. Okay, so César is opting for Berbers on this one. Oh, I'm up for... Yeah, thanks you for reminding me, because I saw the message earlier, and I thought to myself, okay, I need to do that, and of course, as usual, I think I have to do something, and I just forget. I end up forgetting. So thank you for reminding me. Also, sorry, I think the audio was double there. Just fix that, hopefully. And yeah, let's talk saves. So as Tech is saying in chat, humans are pretty popular choice on this map, and honestly, on one hand I can see why, right? You do need to go to the outside to get more resources on this map, and having humans, you just drop a TC on gold or a woodline, and sure, you can get pressured, you can get castle drop there, but then you're going to have a TC working. So it is a good choice in general. You also have the option to wall to the edge of the map and the moats, right? And humans do have extra HP on their palisades, so you can pull it off. We saw people... Oh, also sorry. I was casting another tournament and I forgot to change this. Okay. So back to my point. We saw people, another player, I forget who it was. He went very aggressive. He went aggressive with humans and then dropped the second TC behind that. Which is the kind of play you sometimes see on maps like Arena or a Hideout. People will go aggressive with humans, mostly with tower rushes, and then they will use that pressure on the opponent to be able to drop the TC back home and just boom away. Now, Berbers, they are an interesting pick. So, one usage I could see for Berbers here is the fact that you have extra boars, but they are quite far away from your TC. But if you have the Berber villagers, which move faster, then you should be able to get those boars without getting that many hits on your villager. And as I say that, César was about to lose the vote to the boar. Also, I just noticed César, he did not get an handicap in this matchup. Okay. But yeah, aside from the board thing, as I mentioned, you have to move to the outside to expand. And if there's one thing Berbers do well is spamming cavalry units, because they have them for cheap. And so maybe that's what César is thinking. Maybe he's thinking, okay, let's use the stone walls around our base to be able to do an easy fast castle. But then we're going for military, right? We're not just going to be booming, we are going to be aggressive. Hey Bender, welcome. Good to see you here. Okay, so we have Loom for César. He is housed and he does have a villager behind that, so I don't think this is going to be a feudal play. He was also missing the food for that. And there is the feudal age for the humans. So 19 bills, no Loom, good build. And I think, yeah, he didn't get the deer nor the chicken. So, okay, and he's going for the extra board. So again, very good build from Bender. Only 15 seconds of idle TC time. He managed to pull off a 19 vills build with the humans. The common build is about 18 vills, but you do need the deers for that, which he didn't get here. Oh, he's going to attack the boar. Maybe he didn't need to do that. Now he needs to be careful to not shoot the boar with the TC. Okay, perfect. Okay, César, on the other hand, he is out here taking the deer. And Bender, yeah, he got 2 feudal, and he's going to drop the TC here with 7 bills. Okay, yeah, that should be enough. Okay, that crocodile might get the bill. Okay, no. It does delay the TC a little bit, but that's fine. And he has enough bills to fight off this enemy scout if he ever comes around to be annoying. Getting wheelbarrow. Wood upgrade is in. So, good eco. Overall, working for Bender. Horse collar coming in now. César, he might be missing the resources to click to castle. He is on deer, but yeah, he might need to make 3 or even 4 builds before he is able to click up to castle. Again, the fact that you have no deers inside your base and you have to go to the outside to get the chickens or push the deer or mill them can really screw with your uptimes, right? Because at this point everyone is used to just going fast castle using the deers. Hell, people are even going fast feudal using the deers, so it is not easy to pull it off. And César might need to... maybe he'll sell the wood and buy the food he needs to get up. Wait, did he... oh wait, I changed this the other day. No, he didn't use the market. Okay, I was wrong then. Oh, maybe he force dropped the food from the villagers working on the deer. Okay. So Bender says he hasn't been playing for that long. He has started playing seriously quite recently. Yeah, I was actually looking at your profile and César's before the live started. And yeah, I noticed you both have been playing the ladder from not for too long. So yeah, we have 2 players which are kind of new to the game in a certain sense. Fighting it out. Okay. Bender is now on the chickens. He is okay, just 1 bill on stone. Oh, you're friends, okay. Okay, so you know each other. Perfect. So do you have you talked strategies for the maps? Or are you keeping it from each other just to be able to surprise each other? Okay, César now going for stone. That's a bit late, so there's not going to be camera archers straight away. Bender dropping the market, so he is starting to prepare to go up. $39 bills, looking good. He's got all of the eco upgrades. Probably missing the stone and gold ones, but doesn't really need them at the moment. Yeah. César. Yeah, wheelbarrow, he is the only one he's being behind with, but to be fair, you get faster moving villagers, so wheelbarrow as Berbers to some degree is built in. You're still missing the +3 carry capacity, but that's fine. Ooh, César gets a Vil kill. I think that was one of the... Yeah, there were 2 weak Vils building the TC, so I'm guessing that was one of those. Yeah, to some degrees, to a certain degree, this can be played like Arena. But you need to have more map control, so aggression can work as well. I mean, we've seen feudal aggression work on this one, so you can play it like Arena, but I also think you can play it in more ways than Arena. Okay, so it is Knights for César. He is not going to have the resources to keep up production, but I think, yeah, he just made a couple for map control, and he is going to drop a castle anytime soon, which is actually pretty smart. You're using the cheaper knights from the Berbers just to get a couple of units out, and you're going to use them as support for your villagers. He should know, yeah, he knows there's a TC here. So a castle could come up here or here. So a castle here will probably deny more, but a castle here would also give him a position to push into the main base and would to some degree secure that gold. Okay, the castle is going out over there. Oh, that's a very aggressive one. Okay, but Bender is basically in castle himself. He's going to see this coming. Let's see how he reacts. Those knights will be able to take care of the spear, using the hill bonus as well. And that's the castle. Now Bender, yeah, he can buy a castle himself. 8 vils, 90. Oh, he might be able to get it up before his opponent. %. Oh yeah, this is going to be up faster. And there aren't that many vils from César, so this might get denied. Wait, is there no loom? Okay, no, there's loom. Oh yeah, it's going to get denied. Ooh, that's a disaster. Yeah, that hurts. 92%. Yikes. And Bender is going... Okay. Is he going to punch it down? Okay, no, he's going to wall it. Yeah, that's the right call. You see the amount of HP it has. You don't see the percentage, but you do know that it's almost completed. So you wall that. You don't want your opponent to come forward with 10 vils in kind of a desperate move. Okay, actually, so if César had moved his vils to this side, I guess they would have still been within the range of the castle, so maybe not. Maybe it still gets denied. So now Bender has a huge advantage. He is ahead in eco. because he's ahead two TC's pumping bills the whole time. He is behind in military, but I mean, it's 6-2. It's not a big difference. And he almost has the resources to click imp. Now, does he need to? Not really. But he dealt a huge damage to his opponent because César lost, what was it, 7 bills? Trying to get this one up. So Bender could be thinking, okay, he's just a knight. Let's go imp. Let's use keep checks to take care of those. And we push with traps. Because my eco is still going to be superior. And César is coming forward, trying to get the castle up, I think. But yeah, it's not going to go up. It was walled. Unless... yeah, I cannot tell if there's any elevation there. But if there's some elevation, then maybe there's a hole between the two gates. But I doubt it. Let's see. You can probably punch down the gate, right? Ooh, yeah, from the corner. Yeah, no, you can get it up from the corner. Okay, never mind. You should be able to take down the gate. And hammer it up, but yeah. I mean, if you're Bender and you see this one goes up. Oh, no, he loses the bills. So he got impatient, and instead of letting the Veils attack the gate, he tried to right-click the castle. And so the Veils stopped attacking the gate and started trying to get to the castle. But yeah, that didn't work. Yikes. Okay, and there's Imp from Bender. Yeah, now Bender knows there are knights on the field, but he also knows he dealt a lot of eco damage to his opponent. So keep checks, they're not amazing against knights, right? Especially considering you do not get bracers, so in Imp they're not as strong as maybe CA from other civs. But you do have an eco to pump them out, so if you can get to 40 keep checks, even Castle Age Knights are not going to be able to do too much about that. I mean, César ended up taking down the gate, which is nice. He used the knights. Maybe he should have used the knights to begin with, right? Get the Veils here, take down the gate with the knights, and then you rest the castle up. Even if he does that, Bender already had the resources to go up to Imp, so you go up to Imp, you get a couple of traps out, take it down, and then you move to your opponent's base. A third castle here on the hill from Bender, that's nice. That's a very nice castle. Yeah, bills are coming. This castle will go up. Actually... ooh, Bender could snipe those with the keep checks. Okay, no, it goes up. Right. But it's going to be trapped in about 15 seconds. So, yeah. That doesn't change a lot. Yeah. Immediate trap from Bender. Bloodlines. Still missing Botkin, which would be helpful with the keep checks. Does he have an archery range? No, so no Thumbring and no Parthian Tactics for a while. But again, he is on 18 military against 4, so... Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Okay, so we have Botkin coming in. 2 traps on the field, 1 more in queue. Yeah, he will take down this castle and then move on. Honestly, you don't really need to keep 2 traps here. Just use one and use the other ones to go and pressure your opponent. Okay, we have janitors. That's an interesting choice. It makes sense, right? You're against keep checks, so it does make sense to go janitors. Keep checks will take down the vills. Yeah, there's no ballistics in, so that vill is going to stay alive. How do janitors... Okay, just... I mean, 7 janitors are one-shotting the keep check. We still have no... Oh. Chain barding armor. Okay, so... Oh, he was switching to step lancers. But yeah, César calls the GG. He knows he's too far behind. And so Bender takes the first game. It is unfortunate what happened. If César was 10 seconds faster, this castle goes up from the start. Because he started building it basically when Bender was in castle, we just got to castle. Yeah, 10 seconds is all he needed to get it up in time. And that was basically the losing moment. I mean, he already had the second TC up by the time he tried getting that castle. But still, yeah, it's still going to be very tough to come back. Anyway, let's look at statistics. Yeah, more aura's collected for the human player, that makes sense. Amazing Nico, as always. Yeah, that was a good castle time with the human boom. Alright, so that was the first game. Let me load up the second one and we can jump right into that. The second one is going to be on prayer. Alright, so we have Italian and Goths. You start with 2 scouts, so you start housed. Italians, it takes the usual time to get Bloom, whereas Goths, they get it instant, so they still get idle TC time, as you can see. Now, let's talk about the map, because I believe this is the first game I cast on this one. So yeah, as I mentioned, it's very barren. There are barely any resources. Actually, let's check with this. So there's 80k wood, 8k food, 35k gold, and 9k stone. Now, the biggest issue here is food and wood. As you can see, you do have tiers. You get 2 patches actually. Ooh, actually Bender is pushing 2 tiers at the same time. Bender with the pro plays. You get the usual amount of turkeys, but you have no boars. You only have 2 berries close to your TC, so you do not get the usual 6. And as for wood, you get these tiny wood lines around your base, which they do not give you that much wood, and they're not great for walling either. So the way this map plays out is with very aggressive plays. I don't think we'll ever see a game on this map get to Imperial. Gods are actually pretty good on this one, if you're going for the aggressive approach. It's not great getting the loom, having idle TC time because of instant loom, but still, you get cheap infantry. We've seen, especially in previous seasons, we've seen a lot of infantry play just to be annoying because of how exposed the resources are. So gods can be a good choice. Now the only downside to gods in this situation is that you cannot play them in kind of an annoying way as you would on other maps. So on other maps, because you get the instant loom, you can go aggressive with the Vil, go and lame your opponent, because you know you are going to have the loom and your opponent will not. But on this one, you have to make loom as soon as the game starts, so you do not really get that many chances to be annoying with the Vil. I mean, you can still do it, but you're not going to have an advantage, right? So maybe a good save to do that with would be with Mayans, right? Because you get loom at the start anyway, but you start with an extra Vil. Your opponent doesn't, so you can just use that extra Vil to go aggressive, and you have two eagles with you, whereas your opponent will have 2 scouts. So yeah, maybe some kind of insta-lane with the Mayans could work out. But gods don't really get that much out of it. At least not more than other civs. Anyway, Italians, as I mentioned earlier, they can be useful on this. Because of how little resources you have, you require less to go up. So for the time being, both players just pushing deer. We already have a barracks for gods. And Bender is going up to feudal. Bender is going up to feudal. César, not yet. He milled the deer. He should click up now. Yeah, it's 450 for the Italians to go up, or 60. I do not remember. Okay, we have the first militia. We do not have any Vils on gold. So we'll get a second one, maybe a third one as well. But it's unlikely we'll get Man-at-Arms unless he goes to gold now, but it's still a bit late. He's going forward Vils? Okay, no, it's just for the gold. Oh, they just... Oh, maybe he didn't scout that early on. No, he should have scouted this, so I don't know why he's going for... Oh! Oh, okay, it was just a temporary stop. Is this a tower rush? Oh, okay, no, it's a forward range. I'm guessing... I mean, there's 5 Vils, right? So it's probably a forward range into a trash. With gods. Towers could be nasty on this one, actually. As I mentioned, you do not have that many woodlines. So towering one is going to be a nightmare for your opponent. Because he will have to move around. Okay, there's Man-at-Arms. First archer coming out. And the Vils. Oh, they're just taking the deer. Okay. Oh, you were improvising. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, it's still gods, right? So you do carry more food. So, I mean, it's not ideal, but you still get... You're going to be able to get all of the food from these tiers back to your base. Okay, César is going archers himself. Second range, instead of getting the blacksmith. Interesting. That's something you normally see in team games. right? Team games, you prioritize 2 ranges and then you get the blacksmith. 1v1, you tend to get 1 archer range, blacksmith, and then eventually the second archer range. Okay, there's the blacksmith. The issue is César will not have the food for fletching. He is idling the TC, which makes sense. At this point you want to prioritize fletching over vills, because fletching is going to enable you to actually take this fight. Bender at home. He's still got some food underneath the TC, but he needs to be switching to farms. Now the issue is there is no mill for Bender. Oh, okay, Khmer Sicilians got banned. I mean, Khmer is a good civ on this one, in my opinion. Very good one. Sicilians, I could see them being good as well, with the dungeon play, being very aggressive. This stone is quite exposed, but still, you can work around that, I believe. Okay, there's fletching. It's already in for César. There are slightly more archers for Bender, who also still has two man-at-arms. Yeah, knowing where to put the mill can be difficult. I mean, César opted for a mill on one patch of the year and pushed the other. I think that's probably the way you want to go. But yeah, no berries makes it a little bit awkward. We saw something similar in previous season on Shimmerpool. So you had no berries on that one, and people kind of struggle to switch from that fish eco to a farm eco. Okay, so now similar number of archers. It was 2 ranges against 1. Now it's going to be 2 ranges against 2. Nice picks from César. He might be able to deny the range actually. Oh yeah, he denies the range. Yeah, he's going to be able to take the scouts. Very nice fight for César. To be fair, Bender's units were divided. So 2 archers were over here and the rest was over here. So when you have equal numbers, if your opponent's archers are concentrated in a single spot and yours are not, well, you're going to have a bad time. Oh, when you realized you need the farms, that you need the mill. Yeah, that's another reason why I like Khmer. You do not need the mill for the farms as Khmer. And it's a civ which can play very open, right? Because of the houses. It's easy to go straight into scouts. You do not need the barracks. I like Khmer on this map. This dock is amazing. So César is not going to see this. There's going fish booming. There's going to be fish booming. Yeah, César is never going to this area. Now watch him go straight for that. No, okay, he's going to the gold. Oh, Bender doesn't see this. Oh yeah, he was looking at this, but now he's going to lose Vills. Second Vill. Third Vill might lose a... Ooh, might lose 5 actually. Wait, is it going to be 6? Oh yeah, 6 Vills. Yikes, and he calls the GG. To be fair though, he is behind by 1. I mean, it's 4 fishing ships, yeah. I mean, the GG was called, but there's no resigning. I still think César is ahead, right? We have 10 farms against no farms. Now, one thing I will say is that... okay, I do not like this. You know your opponent is in your base with his army. Maybe try to get some damage yourself with your army when it's forward. I mean, again, there's nine archers here, so yeah. I mean, Bender still has safe resources. He has no gold access at the moment. But I mean, he's got wood. He's got food. He could maybe try going skirms from this point. I mean, 20 army against 13, yeah. Now César should be able to clean this. Yeah. Yeah, he cleans that and then can just go back to the gold. He's going to be careful about the TC, but there's no vills underneath the TC. And the archers could go in. Yeah, they do go in, but I mean, it's 3 archers. They're not going to be able to shoot that many arrows. And the issue for Bender is that... I think that tower is going to get denied. The issue for Bender is that... oh no, it's not going to get denied, because César was attacking the house. The issue for Bender was that his production buildings were forward, so the moment he gets pressured at home, he cannot send reinforcements that easily. Yeah, now César can just sit on this. And he's got a good eco at home. He's going castle. Bender maybe was trying to steal farms, but that's bugged right now, so it's not going to work. And I mean, he stayed in the game, but I think he's going to call it the moment he sees castle. 10 fishing ships. Oh! Okay. Okay, that's nice. That's a nice dock in the back of your opponent. Now go and build one here and one here. Quadruple pawn domination. And you got food for days. Oh, also one thing I didn't mention when looking at these archer fights. Italians got recently changed, so now their archers, they get... so what used to be Pavise is now just a team... sorry, not a team bonus, that would be busted. It's a civ bonus. Silk Road was moved to Castle Age to replace Pavise. And they got Pyrotechnia, which I believe I haven't seen that much in action yet, so I'm still not sure about how strong that is. And Bender's still not calling it. Okay, he's going to fight on. I mean, he does have the wood now to drop an eco. If he had a mill. And to be fair, if you look at the fishing ships, he has 12 of those. So he's actually with the same eco as his opponent. Okay, market. Oh, wait, he had a mill. Okay, sorry. Market, I'm guessing he's going to sell some of that wood. Yeah, I mean, Huskar would definitely help against this, but no map control. I mean, this stone will not get caught. The issue is getting to castle from here. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the sneaky eco is working away. And César, let me check, but I believe... Yeah, he's got no idea. This is amazing. Okay, Castle Age. Hold on. So gold is still going to be an issue, but to be fair, you drop a castle, maybe on this gold, right here. So you secure yourself gold access. Your opponent is never going to look for the fishing ships. I mean, we don't even know if César looked at the map before, so we don't know whether he knows about the fish in the corners. Honestly, gods, I've lost so many games to gods because I was kind of underestimating the position they were in. Yeah, you should be putting a dock on the west and in the east. You are going for the west, okay, that's nice. Okay, 30 seconds from castle. Let's see, he's going to have enough stone for a castle. César doesn't even know about the stone, so he cannot even go there and see and check whether his opponent is taking some. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I agree. I don't think César was expecting castles. Wait, is that build going to give away the position? No. Okay, no. Castle on the gold, yes. Yes, you get that castle, you get that gold. Still, it's 47 crossbowmen. So yeah, you're going to need a lot of Huskars. I think at least 10 Huskars are going to be needed. You do not really need the second armor at this point, because Huskars, they have 6 base pierce armor. We'll check once one comes out. So yeah, the crossbowmen are going to be dealing just 1 damage. Yeah, I mean, not even the first armor was needed against the crossbowmen. That's how strong that unit is against archers. Wait, does César have... Okay, no town watch, so he should not see this. I don't think he's going to be seeing that. Oh boy. 1 on gold. Oh, he was building a TC. Okay, that's... Oh yeah, because he had no TC left. Okay. Fishing eco going strong. Okay, César will now know about the castle. Wait, is this going to work? No way. Oh, no, I don't think I'm a descendant to Julius. I'm from northern Italy, so my ancestors were Gauls, were not Romans. I mean, these raids are doing something, right? But yeah, we have enough crossbows to... Yeah, to shot the Huskers, yeah. Yeah, this castle will basically keep this side of César's eco safe. I mean, Huskers could do some raids here. Yeah, there's one going over there. But yeah, there's too many units on the field for César. And honestly, second castle. You got the castle up. He could just go imp from here, get chemistry, and just go hand cannon. Right, you get cheaper Imperial Age, you get cheaper chemistry, you get cheaper hand cannon. Everything is cheaper for the Italians. I'm a little sad Bender never went for the Eastern Pond. Okay, Siege Workshop. So Rams with Huskers in them could be decent, right? He might be able to take down the castles. We still have no Siege Workshop for César, I believe. Oh wait, no, there's one here. We saw that earlier. Yeah, this TC is going to get denied. And then he could make more rams to take down the TCs. We got 8 Huskers. Yeah, you can just kite them. They're still annoying to deal with archers. So there are going to be some losses from César, but yeah, it's too many. No squires, so it's going to be even harder for the Huskers to catch up. They do manage to take down the ram. Sorry. Yeah, and there's imp. And while it's true that gods deal well with ranged units, thanks to the Huskers, they really do not want to be dealing with massed gunpowder. And actually, considering how much infantry tends to, group together in a tight way, the Italian unit attack would probably be nice against the Huskers. Although at this point, César could even go... Yeah, he might go cavalry. He could even go condottieri if he wanted to. They have the same attack as a Husker, but they're going to have more armor because of the bonus. And they have 80 HP. So 1v1 they will murder the Huskers. Another castle here just to suffocate Bender's eco. I mean, Bender is building a TC over here. Ooh, just now getting horse color. Ooh, I mean, he was fishing, so that's fine. Ooh, these Huskers will... Yeah, they will deny the TC. And honestly, Bender is ahead in eco. What the hell? Yeah, César has... He has stopped making builds. And this is where the difference in elo might show, right? Because César, he does have the advantage. He certainly is in a better position. Ooh, the crossbows might... Wait a second. No way he cleans this, right? No way. Crossbows are going to get cleaned. No way. I mean, César, he's not taking gold because this got denied. He still has that available. Yeah, he sees that. So I don't understand why he went for that one in the first place. I mean... To some degree, I'm starting to favor Bender's position. If César was on gold, then no, I still think he's in a better position. He still needs to be making builds. I'm not sure why he stopped. I mean, Bender is just taking this back because he's got more eco. Yeah, I mean, he's just booming away. Okay, now we got more vills from César. I mean, one way César could win this is making more, getting light cav and just raiding this area, right? Because this one castle protects around here, but then you can just raid here, right? There is so much exposed eco for Bender. And Bender, sure, Huskers are great, but you do not want to have them chase after your opponent's army, right? You want them to be killing archers and to be raiding your opponent's base. They're not a defensive unit. They are an aggressive unit. Ram should go down. Yeah, it went down. Light cave just came in, so yeah, those scouts got cleaned by the Huskars. Castle should be able to take down the remaining Huskars. Yeah, because there's no... Oh no, there's the second armor. And we have Imperial. We have Imperial for Bender, okay. If Bender can keep this castle up and get a couple of traps out and keep spamming Huskars or at this point pikemen, I think he can win this. Yeah, I think the score is lying. Bender is winning this at the moment. Oh, Bracer was missing. Okay, so those were still Castle Age units. No E-spawned. That's sad. Okay, so there's no anarchy in for Bender. So unless he gets another castle up, he cannot make Huskars. So crossbows for César will clean the pikemen. Okay, yeah, Bender is no longer winning this. If he got anarchy, I would still feel like he's winning this. Not having anarchy it is going to hurt, because without anarchy and a castle, gods become just an average. I mean, they're still good because the infantry is cheap, but you just die to crossbows in that situation. Okay, this castle will go up. We do have a trap from César. He could be using it to take this one down. Does he know about the castle? He doesn't. Okay, so César is kind of taking it back again. Again, he needs to be making more vills. If he gets up to 100 vills, he can probably sustain Hussar production. Well, he first would need to get Hussar to begin with. And then you can just raid the god to death. Okay, yeah, this should be César game now. I mean, sure, there are still the fishing ships from Bender. 18 in total, so that's nice. This castle will go up. Trap will stay up. Second castle from Bender. I mean, I guess. Okay, César now has a lot of resources, and Bender calls the GG. For real this time. Okay, so the set ends 1-1. That was a great comeback from Bender. I still believe that if he had an anarchy, if he gets to Imperial with anarchy, he had like 4 barracks here, he can just spam Huskars, he probably wins. I do believe he wins in that position. The fact he did not have anarchy meant he had to go back into, you know, standard infantry, so halberdiers and militia line, but that just dies to the crossbows, right? So that gave César a window to get an advantage and kill the eco. But yeah, the biggest shame, no 4th dock. That's the biggest shame. Actually, I don't even think you can fit one. You cannot fit it here because there's the fish. And I don't think you can fit it here because of the rock. So yeah, we'll forgive Bender this time around. Just this time. Just for this time, we'll forgive him. Anyway, let's look at statistics. I mean, Bender ended up with more resources collected. society-wise, yeah, he had more builds. Mostly because of the fishing ships, but also, you know, standard villagers, he had more. Okay, that was a fun set, especially the second game. First one is a shame what happened to the castle drop from César, but this one, it was very back and forth. Alright, so let's go back to the drafting table and take a look at the next set. So, okay, so for our next set, we have Favre4ever against Chanchilaru. So let's take a look at the players real quick. So Chanchilaru, 2K1 player from Chile. He is kind of a veteran of the league at this point. He has played in various seasons. It's good to see he is back for this one as well. His opponent, he is a newcomer to the league. He is Favre4ever. He is from the United States. And as you can see, he is around the same elo as well. Slight elo advantage, right? Slightly highest elo and slightly higher current rating. But still, this should be a pretty balanced set that we're going to be watching. That said, I do think Chanchilaru is going to have an advantage, just because he's been playing in the league for longer, so maybe he's more accustomed to custom maps. But we'll see. Also, side note, I still don't know whether the correct way to pronounce it is Chanchilaru or Chanchilaru. I think I've used mostly Chanchilaru in the past, but I don't know. I'll probably switch between the two. If I do, I'm sorry. So, the map for game 1 is going to be Team Glaciers, which tells us this was played in round 2. And for our second map, we're going to have Canals. Civ-wise, the randomizer banned Hindustanis, Persians, Burgundians, Huns, and Lithuanians. All of these pretty strong civs. And then Favre4ever went on to ban Bengalis and Goths, and sniped Chinese. Chanchilaru, on the other hand, he banned Georgians and Dravidians, and went on to snipe Mongols, which is... it's pretty common. If you see someone pick Mongols, you know they're going to get sniped. Now that leaves Favre with Armenians, Mayans, and Byzantines, whereas Chanchilaru is left with Japanese, Malians, and Cumans. I'm curious to see whether he's going to be using Cumans and where. Because I could see them work on Team Glaciers, but we'll see. And whereas, as for Favre4ever, I think we're going to be seeing either Armenians or Byzantines on Team Glaciers, and probably Mayans on Canals. I don't know. Alright, let me load up the games, and then we can jump straight into the first one. Here it is. Okay. Alright, I will be right back. I need to turn off the air conditioning. Okay, I'm back. So, we have Cumans from Chanchilaru. I'm happy to see that, because I really want to know whether they can work on this map or not. we got a weird generation. Most of the times I've seen players being on this side and this side. It's the first time I see them on the bottom and at the top. And on the other side, we have Favre4ever with their minions. I kind of expected that. Our minions. So on this map, you will probably not see people go straight for the water because there's no fish. So yeah, you could go straight for water for map control, but then there are so many crossings that maybe it's not worth it. But later on in the late game, having that water with galleons, fires, dromons in the case of our minions is going to be very nice, just for map control. On that note, humans? Let me check, but they do not have a great navy, right? I mean, sure, you get galleon with no bracer. You get fast fire, sure. No shipwright. No heavy demo. No cannon galleon. Not even the base one. No Drummond. So their navy is basically... It's kind of like the Mesosieves. But worse, because at least Mesosieves get bracer. I guess Aztecs do not get galleons, so maybe there's something there. Although Aztecs, they do get the faster producing navy thanks to the Civ bonus, so they have that going for them. Anyway, so what I'm curious to see about humans is, will Chanchilaru drop a second TC? Because all things considered, you're quite far away from your opponent. You do get a lot of boars. There's like 4 per player. So greedy plays could pay off. Fast castles, wall up into boom, stuff like that could work out. So we'll see. Favre4ever is going for militia already, so he's going to try and cross. There are no wolves or any aggressive animals here in the middle. There are some on the sides, but that should not be an issue for the militia. Now, Armenians, he could also make a spear if he wanted to in Dark Age, because they get spearmen, pikemen, and halberdier 1 age earlier. They also get the militia line 1 age earlier, aside from the men-at-arms. So you cannot get men-at-arms in Dark Age, probably because that would be a little bit too busted. Not for a men-at-arm play, full-on men-at-arm play in Dark Age, but because you would be able to get to your opponent's base in Dark Age with like 3 men-at-arms, and you would be dealing so much damage because you might be able to catch them without Bloom to begin with. Okay, so Chanchilaru's map is not... I mean, it's good to wall, right? It's easy to wall. The issue is, and that's something I've noticed on this map, you tend to be able to wall quite easily. But then if you wall using the wood lines, most of the times you're going to wall out the gold and the stone. So Chanchilaru, to be honest, had a very good stone spot here in the back, but because of the militia, he cannot go there. Okay, now he's in feudal. He's got the wood for a second TC. Where is he going to drop it? Oh, and by the way, the fact that this stone is so exposed, I like it. Mostly because, as I mentioned, this map really helps you with the fast castle plays. Ooh. Speaking of which, Armenians were going trash into fast castle. Okay, that's not something you see anymore. Oh, I love to see this. So this used to be a more common strat back in the day, even on Arabia. Nowadays, ooh, he doesn't know he's open there. I mean, he's lucky that he's against humans going for a second TC, so the pressure is not going to be coming in anytime soon. Anyway, you used to see this even on Arabia. People would go militia into fast castle. Right, they would use the militia to buy themselves time to wall up, and then go fast castle behind that. You used to see it a lot with Mayans, when plumes were used more by the pros. And to this day, that's still one of my favorite plays. Sometimes you see some Chinese players like Vivi do that, right? They will maybe go for a drash into a greedy fast castle boom, especially with Burgundians, maybe try to get Coustillé. It's very nice to see. Very nice to see something similar here. Now that said, I don't know what Armenians are going to go for. I mean, they can go knights in castle, I suppose. They do have a decent knight play, and they have an amazing eco behind that. So maybe that's the plan. Oh, actually, if you're against humans who are going for the second TC, you could probably go something like fast castle monk siege. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. So Armenian siege is not crazy. You do not get any bonuses in castle. And Imperial, you do not get... Yeah, you do not have siege engineers, no onager, no siege ram. It's not great. But in Castle Age, it's average, I would say. But you do get amazing monks, right? You get everything. You get the warrior priest, which doubles as a healer and an infantry unit. And again, with Armenians, you do have an amazing eco behind, because of this, right? So your eco technology is mule card, which is, well, basically all of these plus the wood one, the more effective. And these militia are still in the field. Okay, one is going to go down to the TC. Two to the TC. Okay, maybe that was a little bit too greedy. And now we have a barracks from Chanchilaru. So Chanchilaru saw the uptime. So he should know this is going to be a trash into fast castle. Also Chanchilaru missing a boar. Two veils coming forward. Yeah, this is going to be monk siege. Yeah, look at the wood, look at the gold. We are going to have a very happy tech chariot in the chat. Okay, Chanchilaru will know about this. He knows about the veils. He's going to fight with veils. Okay, yeah. I like that as a reaction. Because you know you're on 2 TCs, right? You know you're ahead in eco. So you know you can spare some eco to fight. To fight off your opponent. Look at this, immediate stable. Now, we do have a barracks from the Armenians, and we have more villagers coming forward, so full scout play from Chanchilaru might not be enough. But he has delayed this. He forces his opponent to drop the fortified church here. Now what that means is that the fortified church is not going to be on his opponent's face. And so it is not going to be there to help with the monk play. Yeah, and look at this. Favre4ever has already changed his mind. He knows he missed the timing. So there's a stable. There's a second TC. Yeah, he's making a warrior priest, which I believe is going to be for... Okay, no, there's the siege workshop still. Yeah, I think the warrior priest is just going to be to get the relics and to heal the units. Quick reminder that Alchemy League is played on standard victory, so getting all the relics will trigger the countdown. But we have Castle Age from Chanchilaru. Siege Workshop is going to be very late. Yeah, Chanchilaru being humans, he can build a Siege Workshop in Feudal Age. For the time being, he's only going to be able to build ramps, but I believe it's just to get it preventively, so that the moment he gets to castle, he can just click for a mangonel and start microing against his opponent. Now the problem is there aren't that many on gold, but Favre, he could get redemption to convert the mangonels. Chanchilaru could not. He does get atonement, which is nice against monk pressure. Ooh, a castle. Yeah, this castle is going up. And that castle will not prevent the TC from going down, because the mangonel could just sit here and attack it. But it secures this area. Yeah. There's another TC there from Chanchilaru. Oh, I was wrong. He made a ram. And now he's going into keep check. So was this stable just for bloodlines? He still has no bloodlines, but he could go for it. To be fair, he had to abandon these farms, so it makes sense to go into keep checks instead. This has been a very good game up until now. The rush into FC, the quick realization that the push was not going to be on time, and so he switched, and so Favre switched into a more eco. He switched to an approach more geared towards eco. Chanchilaru, he saw that he was getting pushed off of farms, so he said, okay, I'm going to keep checks, which do not cost food. Yeah, the adaptation from both players has been amazing. Yeah, we do not see FC Drash that often, and it could be the answer to the problem I was pointing out earlier, right? So you do have exposed stone, but if you go for an FC Drash, then because you're drashing, you have that window in Dark Age where you have map control, so you can be a little bit more greedy with the walls. So maybe you could get that stone as well. I mean, imagine if the positions were reversed, right? So imagine Favre4ever is here and Chanchilaru is over here. Favre could just wall like this and he would secure that stone which was over there. Now, the minions, they do not get that much out of any stone, right? Because they're unique unit. It is strong in certain situations, but it has no mobility. It dies quite easily to siege. So it's not something you would want to go FC into. But imagine if it was Spanish, right? You go Trash, you secure that stone, and you go FC Kongs, which is one of the strongest plays in the game. That could be amazing. Chanchilaru just walling like this, and honestly, this and this are the only crossings. And Chanchilaru, he's got castles here. Favre could maybe break through here, but then Chanchilaru has a lot of room to wall behind. And we have... oh, I mean... oh yeah, therefore the warrior priests. Is he going to go rams into the warrior priest? Sorry, warrior priest into the rams? I hope it's not the other way around. Kipchaks might be able to snipe the mangonels. Ooh, nice. Oh, never mind. They got sniped with the mangonels. So, the thing about the Kipchaks is that they're very nimble. They're very easy to micro. But they do not do any damage. So if you're very good at microing, they can be amazing. If you're not, then they're going to be wet paper, basically. Okay, so the mangonel push continues. This TC will eventually... ooh, never mind. Mangonels will get sniped, and now the Kipchaks can just run away. Yep. Now Kipchaks... let me check. I believe they do not have... yeah, I believe they... oh, never mind, it does. Okay, so the arrows behave like the Chukunu ones. So they're actually pretty good against the rams. Yeah, I guess that doesn't show here. So even with Chukunus that wouldn't show up. So yeah, ram push against the humans. It's not going to work. Not when there are Kipchaks on the field. And Chanchilaru he's just going to expand his eco. And if he notices that... does he know about the passage? No, he doesn't. If he knew about that, he could go straight to his opponent's base and raid. I mean, this is open. He could just sneak in and then sit here to snipe the farms. Maybe go to the wood line. Okay, he's opting for Imperial instead. Okay. I mean, 3 TCs could easily drop the 4th. Could drop a 4th TC over there. He's going to check here. What's on the outside? He dropped an outpost here. He's probably going to... yeah, there's another one. Now, Favre is going into skirmishers. So he might be able to hold against the Kipchaks. The issue is, if the humans see that, they can easily go into Step Lancers or Light Cap. to deal with the skirms. Keep checks. Yeah, they should be able to get in, right? You can just take down the palisade piece and run in. And we already see there is a switch to light cap, another TC here. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw farms around that. This ramp push I don't think is going to do too much. Skip check behind, there's a Magna behind, and we have Imperial from Chanchilaru. Yeah, Chanchilaru starting to drop the farms. I think he'll get up to 130 vills and then completely switch into light cap. Could get some kills here. Gets the monks. 3 monks. No conversions. Does he have devotion? He doesn't. Okay. Okay, so Chanchilaru's gold. He still has this one. And that's it, I believe. Yeah, I think he will have to go to the middle. But to be fair, keep checks are not that gold intensive. And now we have light cap. But we have Imperial for Favre. Okay. Okay, I was about to say and Chanchilaru doesn't know about this, but yeah, he does. He saw that earlier. But this is going to be something he will have to worry about. Now, Favre, as Armenians, he doesn't really get good cavalry in Imperial Age, so mobility is going to be an issue for him. What he could do, though, is drop docks. Right? You drop docks, you get Dromons out as Armenians, you get Galleons. He doesn't have a castle yet, he's working towards it. But Galleons and Dromons with unit tech, they would be amazing. Okay, keep checks getting cleaned. Yeah, I don't think Chanchilaru cared too much about those. Okay, we have Gambisons. We have we have infantry upgrades from Favre, and I mean he's got 45 farmers. He's got gold axes. He's probably going to be dropping more farms. Humans, they do not get hand cannons. They do not get not crossbows. Or ballisters. So unless they can go into Paladin or what's it called? Step Lancers, they might struggle against a full-on infantry play. And I mean, even if they go for those, we already have pikemen in. So the Armenian player can just switch into halberdiers. Okay, we have a dock from Chanchilaru. I would love to see him make a transport and take a build to the other side and just drop stables here and raid from the side. That would be great for him. Okay, Chanchilaru just making use of the mobility. Eco-wise, they're close. Pretty much the same. Military-wise as well. We still have no... Okay, no, never mind. We do have a castle for their minions, but no unique text at all. Also, yeah, we might see the classic situation of, oh wait, you got army? Sorry, you got navy? I'm going to make navy myself. Which is something you normally see on water maps when people are playing fires and nobody's making a demo, and then the moment one player makes a demo, the other one kind of remembers he can make those as well, and nowadays they're both making demos. It's weird. It's weird. Okay, Chanchilaru gets access to this gold. These skirms could be annoying, but he'll get by. Elite get keep checks, okay. Still no dock from... Okay, there it is. How much is solution plate? I mean, it's not that cheap, but it's not even that expensive. Same for Favre4ever. Favre4ever is actually quite cheap for the value it gives you. And there it is. Favre4ever, so now militia line, warrior priest, basically all of infantry aside from halberdiers will get 30 HP more. Yeah. And by the way, that applies to condottieri as well. So if you are minions and you have an Italian ally, and you get Favre4ever and you make condottieri, you will have 110 HP condottieri. Okay, Chanchilaru, I think he's kind of in trouble. Because now he's gotten into that point of the game where he needs to be pushing, right, in a small space. But humans are not that great at doing that. Okay, yeah, this is what I wanted to see. Stables on the side. Okay, this is basically Chanchilaru's winning condition. You get 20 hussars in that eco, and you're fine. I mean, Chanchilaru, he's going to run out of gold. He's got a little bit more than 1k left, 1k5 left, sorry. But for the time being, if he can keep these massive keep checks, so he doesn't need to make more and to replenish them, and if he can get to Hussar, then he's going to be fine. Okay, the stables were not spotted, but I believe the outpost saw some light kept moving, and that's why we have a castle coming up on this side. But now we have Galleon from Favre with the unique tech, so +1 range. But Chanchilaru, he's flooding his opponent's base with light cap. Light cap just running into his opponent's base. They're kind of wasting time taking down the castle. But yeah, Favre's build count is going to be plummeting. Already lost 10. A lot of idols. And he's at 150 pop against the almost 200 of Chanchilarus. Yeah. I mean, Chanchilaru, he is accomplishing all of this without Hasar. Imagine he had Hasar in this position. Yeah, Favre, he's down to 88 builds. This raid killed everything, basically. Yeah, he's out of food. He's out of wood, so the moment he loses these galleons, he's going to have a hard time replenishing his navy. Chanchilaru now has access to this gold. He could get Hasar if he wanted to. I would like to see him get it. Nice castle. Not only it protects the gold, it also gives him a spot from where to make traps without having to get past these galleons. No Hasar anywhere. I mean, the raiding cav is still alive. Okay, traps will take down this castle. There's no way. I mean, one single trap suicides himself. Yeah, there's no way these fires can take care of these galleons, especially with unique tech. The Kipsaks, though, they will take down the traps. The castle was still up. Okay. And Chanchilaru, he is coming with the second wave of raiding. He is relentless. Okay, we have a castle here from Favre, but is it going to be enough? Because Chanchilaru can just take it down with his own trap, right? We do have double castle here from Favre. I mean, I guess Chanchilaru could just go this way. Okay, Favre is back to 116 kills, so he recovered from that position. And again, if Chanchilaru had Hasar, I think this would go much easier. He does have the Step Husbandry Nick-Tech. And he killed 3. Okay, there's Hasar. Okay, let's go. Hasar and Careening. Also, if humans got Cannon Galleon, then this is a better position for Chanchilaru, because he can just sit here with the Cannon Galleon, take this one down, take these 2 castles. But no, he has to rely on tribes to take down castles. Keep sex. Once again, sniping traps. The castle goes down though, but still there are 4 traps here for Chanchilaru. So this one will go down as well. Okay, Siege Workshop, so we have kept rams. He's going to be pushing from this side. Humans do get siege rams, so that's going to be an option to push through his opponent's base. Still some gold left over here for Favre. Favre, he's actually to be... Yeah, he's the one out of gold. He's not taking that, but even if he was, I mean, it's 460. His relics got ejected, or maybe he's moving them. Yeah, he's moving them. Yeah, but Chanchilaru got at least 1 relic, so there's not going to be a countdown for the Armenian player, even if it moves all of the relics. Yeah, this castle will take care of any raids from this side, from Chanchilaru. But Chanchilaru, he might be able to push through the middle, right? He's off gold, which I believe is the only gold left on the map, aside from this one. So, this is going to turn into basically a trash war. And the question is, who has the better trash? Because humans, they do get... Okay, they get Hussar, fully upgraded. And it's also faster than normal. Armenians, they have bad cavalry in Imperial, but they do get fully upgraded halberdiers and skirmishers. I mean, they miss Thumbering for the skirmishers, but that's fine. Humans, they get fully upgraded halberdier, but not skirms. So I'm not sure who I prefer here. From a purely trash fighting perspective. That said, Favre has already switched. I mean, he has already tacked into both skirms and halberdiers. Chanchilaru, aside from the hussars, he has not tacked into any trash. And his foothold on this side of the map is going to get crushed. But he's kind of pushing through the middle, right? Yeah, this castle will go down. That castle will go down. He now has access to that gold. So now he can go back to the keep check production. So he's going to still have the keep checks to support the hazards, and not only that, he's going to have the gold for navy, which his opponent is not going to have. Granted, we have 6 relics for Favre, so that's going to be some nice passive income. But I think Chanchilaru is slowly but steadily pushing towards victory. He's now got control of the middle. He's still raiding in the back. Favre, he is starving for resources. He's got 20 halberdiers in queue. So he's going to have a spike with military. As you can see, he's already at almost 80. Well, same for Chanchilaru. The only problem is his halberdiers will get destroyed by the keep checks. Do we have... Yeah, we have Spartan tactics. So they're going to be dealing more attack against spearmen. Yeah, there it is. So as long as Chanchilaru can keep his keep checks alive, he's fine. I mean, even if he loses some, he's got 2k gold. As I said, they're very cheap. He doesn't need to worry too much. So he's also taking down galleons with keep checks. Oh, he will lose the traps though. Those are expensive. And Favre still has a little base over here, which is going to get raided by Chanchilaru because he notices that that's a lot of exposed rams, which Chanchilaru just ignores. Probably didn't notice them. Okay, so Chanchilaru, I think he's winning, right? Because he's pushing through the middle. Although he does need to address this. Now, if it was any other save, I would say just don't wall this. Maybe send some light cav to check that out, and maybe kill the rams. He is cumin, so no stone walls for Chanchilaru. So defending is not going to be that easy. But again, we go back to what I said earlier. Armenians, they do not get great cavalry, so raiding is not going to be easy for them. At the same time, though, we have 5 rams, which are going to be loaded with halberdiers. So we do have 47 halberdiers for Favre. The problem is most of those are here, so there aren't that many in the rams, and he does not have the resources to make more. At least not the food. Church will go down. I'm a little sad we see Armenians with the unique tech but no demos. Right, these keepsacks have been begging to get demoed, basically. But yeah, again, no gold for Favre. The moment he loses these 15 galleons, he's going to be out of navy. And I mean, yeah, 20 fire ships for Chanchilaru. Chanchilaru, he's out of gold as well. Well, gold access, not gold in the bank. So hold on, there might still be a chance for this. Ooh, I missed this. Okay, ram push is coming. Again though, keep checks. They kill the rams, right? And they kill the halberdiers which are inside the rams. So yeah. Yeah, this push will get stopped. Didn't do that much eco damage, especially because most of Chanchilaru's eco is over here. Yeah, there are still a couple of pikes left over, but yeah, those hussars might be able to take care of them. Where are the keep checks? Oh, they moved back here. Okay. Honestly, if humans got Cannon Galleon or a substitute for that, like Armenian get Romans, then Chanchilaru would have probably won this early on, because he would have been able to push with the navy as well and take care of those castles. Having to move around with the tribes is kind of a pain, but yeah, now he's going to have these keep checks to support these tribes. So that castle will get trapped down, and then Chanchilaru can just push from here. Yeah, he's going to keep this area clean with the hussars. And then he can just move from here to the eco of Favre. And this has been a long game, and honestly, I think every single game I've played on this map has been at least 1 hour long. It really is easy for games on this map to go up to imp, rather to go to late imp. And again, I think it's due to the fact that it's quite easy to wall up. And that's... honestly, I like that. Okay, hold on. Chanchilaru has less eco now. So maybe this raid did more damage than I thought. He's going to be making some more vills, but... I was about to say he might have wood issues. Yeah, he's going to have this. And maybe that. Oh, he's taking this. Okay, yeah, that's clever. Yeah, and now he got up in eco. He's going to surpass his opponent. He's raiding from every single angle now, because now he can move freely towards the middle. Oh, sorry, through the middle. Well, not this, but yeah. He can go from here and here and here. And now these traps, they are protected, so they can take down this castle. And then he'll move on to the soft side of Favre's eco. Yeah, Favre could have gone for some stone walls, but at the same time though, yes, you can stone wall one side, but then you have to stone wall everything, right? Because otherwise your opponent can just transport stuff here or come through the middle with the hussars. And he used up that stone for castles. Also, keep in mind, there was some stone here for Favre. Chanchilaru was taking that. Now, I don't think he took all of it, but he surely took a lot of it, because he was in this area for a while, early on. He got pushed back, but then, and now he's back, but he was here for a while. And now we have 55 vills. Yeah, I think we're about to see the GG from Favre. I don't think he has a way to come back from this. Sure, he's trying to raid here, but soon he's not going to be able to make more units, just because of how little eco he has. Yeah, and he calls the GG. Woo, okay. That was hard fought for both players. And it was definitely an interesting game. I'm still a little bit sad we didn't get to see Dromons or demolition ships from the Armenians. But yeah, I think drones could have done a lot here. Drones and demolition ships, especially against the Kipchaks. Those were probably his best option to counter the Kipchaks, right? Because sure, you can go into skirms, but then you get slashed by the Hussars, right? Whereas if you go for Dromons and demolition ships, then Hussars cannot really deal with that. So I don't know, maybe that was an option. Or Scorpions maybe, as Armenians. Still, no siege engineers, so Rest collected, quite close. Really shows how close the game was to begin with. Technology-wise, yeah, similar uptimes. Of course, green went for a fast castle. And speaking of timings, I know I talked about how I liked that both players adapted. Green to the fact that his pressure was spotted and was kind of staved off, and Chanchilaru adapting to the fact that he got pushed off farms and so he went straight into Kipchaks. Another thing I really liked was how Green, despite being later to Imperial Age, right? He still managed to keep control of the middle, so that he kind of staved off the point of the game where humans can be scary, which is right after they manage to get their boom, and so they can jump straight into units to make use of that boom. And in this case, they got to Imperial. He managed to keep the middle while he was developing his eco behind. So that was pretty good. That was very, very well played. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough in the end, but yeah, I really like that. Anyway, let's move to the second game, which is going to be on canals. Okay. Alright, so we have Japanese for Chanchilaru, and as I kind of expected, we have Mayans for Favre. Alright, so first time I cast this map, so let's talk a bit about it. As you can see, there is a single channel connecting the two players. We have some oysters on it. There is some deep fish, there is some turtles, so players can just go around and get those resources. I'm expecting, both players are above 2k, so I am expecting a dock just to get some extra resources. Aside from that, you have standard resources around your TC. You do have wood around the map, kind of like arena, not as thick, but similar to that, so getting safe wood should be easier compared to other maps. We do have chicken. I think, now I might be mistaken, but you can have both chicken and deer generations, though I'm not too sure about that. And another thing to note, I'm looking for them. Yeah, you have extra boars. There are 3 extra boars, actually 5 extra boars on the map, which you could be making, which you could make use of. And this generation, they seem to be slightly okay. These two are pretty much at the same distance. These 3, they seem to be quite closer to Chanchilaru. But yeah, that's about it about the map. Okay, one thing to keep in mind. Oysters, you cannot build on them, but you can walk on them. Right? So if Favre wants to be completely walled, he has to wall from here to the house. He cannot go to the house to the oyster, because otherwise units will go on the oysters. And same applies to this side. Okay, we do have a dock from the Mayan player. Chanchilaru already on it. To be fair, he's Japanese, so it is easier for him to go for an early dock due to the amount of wood he saves. And he's got 2 vills, just fishing away. I mean, Tech, what if you walk on oysters with boots, right? In that case, you should be safe. Although, to be fair, this eagle he's barefooted. And might be able to get a bill. Yeah, there's no loom. If he blocks... Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Get him. Kill him. Yeah, there we go. Might be able to get a second one even. Okay, he's not going to attempt it. You know what else is funny about oysters being sharp? Fishing ships, they take oysters with nets. So if they're sharp, how are they doing that? Shouldn't the nets be cut? There might be another veil kill. No. Okay, we have loom for both players. I mean, green is Mayans, so that makes sense. Scout might get killed. Actually, the eagle will get killed. Okay, that's good value. And the scout could just run away. Yeah, just run away. Okay, we have feudal age for Chanchilaru. No military buildings, so this is not going to be straight into scouts. So he is going to be fighting water. Oh yeah, double dock. They are going to be fighting for the water. Okay. Is this going to be a second lumber camp? I believe it is. I mean, either that or they're going for a mill instead. Okay, 5 on gold, so I'm thinking fires. Oh yeah, it's a lumber camp. And Chanchilaru, he's just walling up. Does he know about that hole? He does. Okay. Okay, we do have a barracks for Favre, which I believe Chanchilaru did not spot. Yeah, he didn't. Okay, he opens with a demo, which is interesting. Oh wait, Chanchilaru is going galleys on this map? Interesting. So I would say this is more of a fires map. But I guess he just wanted to snipe the fish, and he's going to be able to snipe the demo. Still does some damage. He can repair it because he's got the bill. Okay, demo will take down that galley. Now we have a demo from Chanchilaru. He's probably expecting a demo into fire kind of thing from Favre. So maybe that's why he's got the demo ready. We have an archery range for Favre. To be fair, galley opening, he was up quite faster than his opponent, so galley opening to snipe the fish, and then you add demos behind just to be able to snipe the... Oh, that's a wasted demo. Yeah, galley opening can make sense if you're up that faster, because you're going to have the mass by the time the fires come out, so you're going to be able to micro. It is risky though. And again, because of how close it is, making demos is very feasible, and if you look away for a second, then the demo is going to be exploding on your galleys. So yeah, it can work, but it's very ballsy and it does require a lot of attention, which is why Chanchilaru is not adding land military behind this. He's just walling. He's going to keep water control and just play based off on that. Now, that said... Oh, never mind. I was about to say Chanchilaru, he's losing a lot of fishing ships, but no, he moved them to the back, and he is oystering. He is slightly behind in Rest Collected. And we do have archers on the field for Favre. They're not going to be able to get in. No fletching yet. So Chanchilaru is going to switch into skirms, I believe, just to defend. This is risky. He's playing with fire, but he's going to be able to snipe the fish. And honestly, that's fine for the time being, right? You just managed to snipe the fish. He's got a demo. If he's not careful... demo for an archer, is it worth it? I don't think it is. And Chanchilaru, he's floating a lot of wood. He's got a mill, so I wouldn't be surprised if he dropped some farms now. Favre, he's already on farms. Okay, he's going to drop them now. Yeah. Get horse color. Market, probably going to sell the stone and buy some food just to get up faster. It makes sense. Right, he focused so much on water that he was later to switch into land eco, and I think he realizes that. Oh wait, did he kill a chicken? Oh, he did! That's a shame. Is that it? No, that's the archer, right? Oh, I believe... Is that the chicken or is that sand? I can tell. I cannot tell. Anyway. Chanchilaru, there's the market. He's got a lot of gold, so he might be clicking up anytime soon. He needs to be fast though, because Favre, he is using the market himself. He is up. So now Chanchilaru is going to have the worst prices. Ooh, dock block. What do you mean? These oysters are going to be out of gold. The fires will take down the galleys, and yeah, Favre is going to have water control, and he's going to be up faster. He's going to be up faster. He's got a forward position. If he knew about those boards, he could maybe go for those as well. Maybe he does. I mean, he could see one, but he didn't really scout that. Okay, Chanchilaru now clicks up to castle. Eco-wise, 10 farms. He's got more farms. And from this point onwards, we might be seeing Japanese CA. They should work against the Mayans, right? Because the only options Mayans will have at this point are archers and eagles. And Japanese CA kind of deal easily with both. Of course, Mayans could add some siege, but yeah. Yeah, it's going to be crossbows. Do we see a forward siege workshop? Not really. He is losing a lot of wood. He did sell the stone to get up. So that's... So actual disease is not an option for the time being. So Favre, he is up faster, but his eco is kind of unbalanced. There's the siege workshop. Chanchilaru, he's going to get now to Castle Age. Stable. Double archer range. Okay, he's going to go into Elite Skirm first to immediately take care of the crossbows. And then... Oh, okay. Knights. Knights behind. So, okay, it's going to be Skirm Knight. Yeah, that's going to be... probably... rougher on the eco, but... they kind of complement each other, right? So... DC should not get denied. Eagles, we do not have Eagle Warrior yet. So they might still struggle against the skirms. Now we have the TC, we have the Knight. So yeah, skirms are going to do their job, kill the crossbows. Now we have a siege workshop. There is nothing producing from that, and even if there was, we do have Knight, which can take care of that. 30 TC from Chanchilaru, okay. So it's going to be a 3 TC play against 1 TC play. A classic. Now the thing is, Chanchilaru, yes, he has safe eco. He's kind of lacking map control though. I mean, he might be able to take it back now because of the Knights. And the mobility they give him. Yeah, Vil-wise they're still close, but... Oh, actually... Yeah, Favre is ahead because 6 of that eco is fishing ships. Which are actually... I mean, 3 of them are oystering ships. I doubt Chanchilaru is going to invest into fish traps. Right, they would be too exposed here. A couple of crossbows would just take them down. Okay, we do have monks for Favre, which makes sense to take care of the Knights. And honestly, I like how Chanchilaru is going into Knight and Skirm instead of going straight for the CA. I know CA counter both Eagles and the crossbows from the Mayans, and people tend to maybe prefer the CA play, especially nowadays because of the Japanese bonus. But yeah, Skirms are probably the better choice here. Snipes the monks, and now he can just take the Knights and take the Eagles. Scale body armor, no bloodlines, so no upgrades on these Knights, but I mean, it's Knights against Eagles with the first armor. So it should be enough. Okay, one bill goes down to the demo. Behind this, okay, Favre4ever is now a little bit more balanced. He was floating a lot of wood, sold some, got a mango into queue. And I guess, oh yeah, he's working towards a castle. So, what he could do is, while his opponent is occupied on this side, you could maybe make a couple of demos, send your vills here to build a castle, and so if your opponent tries to, you know, run to this side with the knights, you just demo him. Oh wait, he did make fish traps, okay. Chanchilaru just doesn't care. Okay, now we have CA. Okay, gets a conversion. The eagles are killing the knights, so these CA need to switch to this side. Yeah, roll to that side and kill the eagles. But at this point, the eagle spam might get out of control. How many barracks do we have for the Mayan player? Oh, just 3, okay. Fish traps getting destroyed. And now Chanchilaru is under a lot of pressure. He managed to kill the eagles in his base. Oh, there's still one up there. Okay, second ammo coming in. So the eagle raids are going to be even more annoying to deal with. Second armor for the cavalry as well. We do have bloodlines now. Do we have husbandry? No. That would be nice for the CA, especially when you're dealing with the eagles. Okay, there's going to be 3 manganos soon. And I think if we have 3 manganos here pressuring with a couple of monks and eagles playing behind, that's going to be rough for Chanchilaru. Although he might pull off something similar to the previous game, get a defensive castle and use that to stay alive and boom behind. Speaking of booming, Favre doesn't seem to be interested in that. Okay, there's the castle. Yeah, I guess here didn't deny anything, right? You get control to that gold, but here you can be annoying to that gold. Ooh, that is ballsy from Chanchilaru. Might be able to pull it off. Yeah, there weren't enough bills. That castle will get denied. He's going to clean all of the siege with the knights. He's going to clean all of the eagles with the knights, because now he's got the second armor and the first attack. First attack is still missing from the eagles. Yeah, Chanchilaru cleaned everything. Did he get... No devotion. Okay. And now he's going to drop a castle here. Okay. Yeah, 1TC play also makes a lot of sense with the Mayans because of how strong your eco is, right? And especially if you're going for the eagle play as well. Sadly, it was not enough. Maybe if there were more villagers forward to build that castle, but again, if you're on 1TC eco, then you cannot really afford that many vills to send forward, right? Now the castle growing up home, but with 2 wheels might get denied by the CA. Let's see. Yeah, he's running already. We do not have ballistics. I don't think we have a university for Chanchilaru. Yeah, no university. And no thumbring, yeah. So this CA, they're putting in a lot of work. And the sad thing for Favre is that they could be even more menacing, right? If Chanchilaru got ballistics, thumbring, and husbandry. And I guess the dust armor. I mean, the second armor. Yeah, and this is the Desperation Castle, which, yeah, is just going to get denied. And green, he is not in a good spot. We also have Imperial from Chanchilaru. Okay, that's amazing play. And green calls the GG. So Chanchilaru takes the set 2-0. Ooh, okay. That was a good set. So game 1 was pretty long. It was back and forth, back and forth. Great defense from Chanchilaru. I mean, great defense from Chanchilaru in this game as well. Second game, it was faster. But I think it was just as good, right? I mean, the opening with galleys on water was interesting. And it kind of worked out, right? I mean, I know Chanchilaru ended up losing the water, but at this point there's no resources left on water, basically, so at least on your side, so you're kind of okay in losing it. He walled up quite nicely, held off the pressure, got to the right army composition. I like how we went into skirms first and then into CA. So he just upgraded the units he already had and then started working towards the next ones. It's a shame. It's a shame because of the castle. I think if that castle goes up, then Chanchilaru might have been the one calling the GG in a bit. I mean, he still had a nice eco behind that, and that castle was kind of denying a couple of farms and some gold. But that's the big thing, right? You denied this gold, Chanchilaru is left with that one. Although, to be fair, there isn't much left on neither, so yeah. But at least if you get a castle here, then you're preventing Chanchilaru from leaving. And then you have to focus on this side, so yeah, maybe that castle does not do immediate damage, but it starves your opponent of resources. Anyway, let's look at statistics. Economy-wise, yeah, Chanchilaru was ahead, but I think that came into play later on into the game. Slightly slower uptime for Favre, but that's because he was going for a barracks as well. So he was not going full on water, he was going for a hybrid approach, some water and land straight away. Okay. Yeah, so I guess that was all for today. Thank you to anyone who joined. Let's see who we can raid. Oh, Spencer is streaming. Okay, let's raid Spencer. And to those who are going to be watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching. I'll be seeing you next time. Bye bye.